What's up, y'all? As y'all know, my name is Jaina, and if you didn't, now see. If y'all hear background noise, it's my family in the back, but that's besides the point. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I saved up for my first car at 16 years old. I get a lot of questions about this, so I finally decided to just do the video because y'all not gonna stop asking me till I tell y'all, okay? So if y'all don't know, the car that I purchased when I was 16 is gone. It's totaled. I got in a car accident on my birthday. If you have not seen that video, go watch it. Yeah, so I had the car for about 4 months, and unfortunately it's gone, but God takes away the little blessings to give you a bigger blessing, okay? Period. So back to the video. So I'm gonna start with how I did it, and then I'll give you guys tips and tricks, like what I learned, what I knew not to do, what I wish I would have done, whatever. So over the summer, last summer, I was working at the Y. I currently work there now again. I was working at the Y, and at the Y there's summer camp in the summer, obviously, and I was there every day, Monday through Friday. So I was working 6 to 1:30, no, 6:30 to 1:30, or 12 to 6. Those were the 2 shifts that I was working. So I was there Monday through Friday, so a majority of my money came from working at the Y. Now last summer at the Y, I was only making $8.50, I think, but I was also working at Dunkin' on the side. So I was working at Dunkin' before I started working at the Y. I started working at Dunkin' in, when did I start working there? After like, it was September of like 2019, and I was working there all the way up through Corona, all of that. So I was working at the Y and at Dunkin'. So I work at the Y Monday through Friday, and then at Dunkin' Saturday and Sunday. At Dunkin' I would work like 6 to 1 or 5 to 12. I would work early shift. It's Dunkin', you already know. Gotta be up and early. Or I would work 12 to 8, like I would close. So those were the schedules that I was working. At Dunkin' I was making like $8, $8.25. Mind y'all, I was a shift leader at Dunkin'. I was not getting paid jack. I love that job, no shade, no none of that. I love that job. I just wasn't getting paid enough because no, I was in the freezer counting ice cream, counting money, like no, $8, So back to the story. So over the summer I was working at the Y and I was working at Dunkin'. So I was working 2 jobs, so that's where most of my money was coming from. Now I didn't get the bulk of my savings until the end of summer, which is when I got my big check from the Y, which is because the last 2 weeks of the Y I was working 8 to 5. So y'all do the math, 8 to 5, 5 days a week. Yeah, so that's like what? That's like 10, no, it was 9 to 5, I think. 8 to 4, something like that, I don't know. But let's just do 8 to 4, so that's 9 hours times 5. That's 45 hours, 45. Yeah, the last week that I worked at the Y, I worked 8 to 4. And the week before that, I worked 6:30 to 1, I think, something like that. So I was getting all of my hours. So my last check from the Y that summer was like $500 or something dollars. So that money that I got from the Y, I put away. I didn't touch it because I had checks from Dunkin' still coming in. So I put that money away. I didn't touch it, whatever. So August comes around and I quit Dunkin' because I was making enough money, and I found a new job, which I was working at Food Lion, and I was making, I think I got started at $10.75. I think $10.25 or $10.75, one of the two, I can't really remember. I got started out at that. So at Food Lion I was working as a cashier. Now at Food Lion, it's money, but it's boring. Like, it was really boring. So those checks I was working, I was only working the weekends, I think, and then I asked for more hours. So I was working like 7 to 2, and then I would work during the week like a 4 to 8. So one day out of the week was a 4 to 8, and then Saturday and Sunday I would work 7 to 2. So then I was getting like like $50 checks. So this is what I would do. I would take $300 out, and I would put that away with my $500, and that $50 was what I had to spend, eat, you know, stuff, regular stuff. So that's how I did it. I took all of that money and put it up. Like, what I made was not for me to spend. What I made was for me to save. So I worked at Food Lion from August to May. I just quit, like just quit. But from August to December, I saved up, how much money did I have? Like $1,500. That's how much I saved up. Now, okay, so from August to December, I saved up $1,500 just from me working that $500 at the Y, and then I saved up the other $1,000 from Food Lion. So when the time came, my mom was going to help me with the rest. So I didn't do much research on what kind of car I wanted. Like, I kind of just, like, it was kind of a spur of the moment, which I wish I didn't do. So I got my car December 12th, 2020. We went car shopping for 2 days, and that was literally it. The first day was a flop. It wasn't really what we was expecting. It didn't give what it was supposed to give. So then we went the second day, and that's the day that I got my car. Now, I wish that I would have done more research to figure out, because I got a 2012 Altima, a 2012 Nissan Altima white, and it had like 173 miles on it or something like that. No, less than that. It was like 130 something miles on it, I think. So I got that car. Now, when I test drove the car, it was fine, you know, it wasn't bad. It was a nice little car. It's an older car, so it's not gonna be perfect. But once I got pulled off with the car, you know, we made the payments, whatever, we paid for it cash, whatever, it was done. So whenever I got the car, I started realizing that there was like a knocking noise, like in the front. Like whenever I would go over like a bump, there was like a knocking noise, like something was loose or something. So I ended up having to take the car back, and then they did maintenance on it. I had to wait like a couple days. I got the car back, and the car was still making the noise. But at that point, I just gave up, because it's like, there's nothing else I can do for real. So from, let me see, it ran like a charm. Like, I loved my car, y'all know. Prada was my baby. Prada was my heart. I miss Prada. I would do anything to get Prada back. But like I said, smaller blessing taken away for a bigger blessing. So that's how I ended up saving for my car. I worked 2 jobs, and I just saved my money. Like, that's really all I can tell you. Like, you just gotta work for it. You just gotta work for it. So now I'm back in the same position, trying to save for another car, because like I said, I totaled my car in April. I got hit on my birthday, and I was put at fault because I'm an unexperienced driver. But the car that hit me was speeding, so whatever, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, so now on to the tips and tricks on what I think you could do to save for your car, what to do, what not to do. So what I say is do your research. Do not just go buy the first car that you see. Now, the car that I bought, it was like, I'm gonna just round it up to $6,000 because it was like $599, whatever. So $6,000. Honestly, I wish I would have just kept my money and waited, because I would have got a way better car. I just say do your research, find out what you really want. Don't just settle on the first car that you see or that you like. I say, you know, look around completely before you just settle. That's what I wish I would have done. My tricks, I say, what I do is whenever I get paid, I take out the bulk of my money in cash and keep what I can spend on my card. That way I'm not like out just swiping and, you know, swiping, swipe. No, the money is put away wherever, in your room, in a box. Me, I put my money in a box, and that's how I save it, because I won't touch it. Because when I'm out, I'm swiping, I'm not using cash, whatever. It's always good to keep cash in you, so I always keep like a $20 bill in there or something like that. But I just say keep your cash away and save it that way. Unless, like me, I have 2 different bank accounts. I have a Wells Fargo bank, and then I have a bank that is like local. So the local bank, I have a savings account with that bank, and in that bank there's interest on it. So what I do sometimes is I'll put the money in there, and I just let it sit, and it'll just get money, like just sitting there. So that's another way that you can just get money, by just leaving the money in there. But, and then I also have a regular everyday banking account. So my local bank, I have a savings account and a checking account. My other bank, my Wells Fargo card, is just a checking account. When I was working at Food Lion, my checking account was for that. My direct deposits went to Wells Fargo. My other card, my direct deposits from Dunkin' went there in the Y. So I have 2. So right now my money goes to my local bank, and then nothing's going to my Wells Fargo card right now, but you know, it's fine. So that's that. And then Also, like I said, just do your research. Just start looking in advance. Like now I'm already looking at cars that I want. I know what car I want right now. Do I have the money to purchase it right now? No, but I know what I want to look for. I have plenty of cars saved up in my phone, written down, that I would like to get. So if I don't get one, then I have multiple options. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like I should have done in the first place, is just do my research. Like figure out what's reliable, what's gonna last. Now I'm not saying my car wasn't reliable. It was a great car, I loved it, but I just wish I would have done my research and got something better for my money. I will say that, because now like I paid $6,000 for the car that I had, and I see cars for $6,000 that are way better. But I loved my car. I'm grateful for having it. I'm grateful for the time that I did have it. It got me to work, it got me wherever, all of that. So that's that. Honestly, I just say don't rush it. Like just don't rush it. A car will come when it's time for you to have a car. Like it's just a car, you know. Like of course I was sad that I was holding my car, but it's just a car. There's cars everywhere. You look outside, you see cars. Like you're getting in the car. It's just a car. Like I was saying, that's just my tips. Is just do your research, write them down, you know, figure out what you want to do. And also car insurance is not cheap, especially when you are a young driver. Car insurance is not cheap, so keep that in mind. And then gas, if you're gonna get a car, you need to be able to put gas in it. Like my car, to fill it up was like $30, $25 to $30 I think, but then gas prices went up and I ended up having to pay like $45, $50 just to fill up my tank, and I had regular gas. But that's just because, you know, gas prices are going up and down, whatever. You already know, gas shortages in North Carolina, and I'm glad that I did not have a car at the time, because I'm not about to be running around looking for gas. That's not what I'm not going to be doing. Those are my tips. I just say, like I've been saying, just do your research. Have multiple cars in mind before you just settle on one car, because it's not set in stone that you're going to get that car. Cars get gone. Like I'm saying, cars get gone like houses get gone. Like it's like, you know, it's win or lose. Like you either get it or you don't, because cars sell really fast. So I just say don't get your hopes up if you find a car that you really feel like you want, because it could be something bigger and better that's coming their way. You know, you never know. Also, I want to say that the power of manifestation really works, because that is another way that I did save for my car. I manifested that I wanted a car by December 30th, and I got my car December 12th. So I will link the video down below of how I did it, how I manifested it, because I did not know what I was doing. My mom showed me the video and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And I mean, I didn't necessarily not believe it, but I was just like, I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I can honestly say that it did work. Now, the video does advertise as it's overnight, but it can take up to whatever, however long, whatever. But I can say from first-hand experience that it does work. You just have to be patient and you have to believe in it. Like once you manifest it, you have to let it go. Like you have to know that it's going to actually work. Like if you're gonna manifest, you can't worry. Like you can't do those two things at the same time. So if you're gonna manifest it, let it go, because I promise you it will work. Like I literally told y'all, I wrote down and manifested that I wanted a car by December 30th, and I got my car December 12th of 2020. So it works. And I also manifested to either get a Honda or a Nissan. I said Nissan last because I knew that a Nissan would probably be harder for me to get, which I got the Nissan. I didn't get the Honda, I got the Nissan. So I'm telling y'all now, do this manifestation if you really want to obtain something, or you feel like you need something. It will work. I am telling you, it will work. So yeah, manifestation works. If you don't believe manifestation works, then that's on you, but I know manifestation works, and it's worked for me multiple times, countless amount of times. Like it works. Like I said, I'll have the link down below to the video that I watched to manifest my car. Like I know right there that that is what helped me obtain my car, was that video right there. So yeah. Oh, okay. So also I want to talk about maintenance. Whenever you do get your car, maintenance is a big thing. You have to be able to take care of the car. Oil changes, tires, whatever the case may be, you have to be able to take care of that car, or that car will do you dirty. Okay, like you have to take care of what you want. Another tip that I have for whenever you get a car is do not take all of your money and purchase a car. I recommend you having enough money to buy your car, and also having enough money after. Like don't just spend all of your money on the car, because you're going to be broke after, and it's hard to come back from that. That is what I wish that I would have done better. I literally took all of my money and bought a car, and then I was trying to get back on my feet from buying the car while still putting gas in the car, while still being able to shop, you know, do stuff like that. So that's what I say, don't rush it. Like, whenever you do have the money, still save extra money, because you never know. Like, you literally never know. Don't spend all of your money on just the car and then have nothing after that. So yeah, save more than what the car is going to cost you, because otherwise you are going to be broke, and that is not something I recommend, because I literally was living paycheck to paycheck because I decided to spend all my money on a car. Don't do that. It's not fun. Also, don't overwork yourself. Like, I don't feel like nobody should overwork themselves for something that they want. Of course you should work towards your goals, but do not overwork yourself. Do I feel like I overwork myself? Probably. Like, I'm literally 16 and have had 6 jobs, and I've worked 2 jobs twice. It's nothing wrong with working, like I'm saying, but just don't overwork yourself for something that you think you want or you need, because I promise you, when the time comes, it will come, and it will be just fine. Like, you will be so happy once you obtain your goal. Like, I would insert pictures when I first got my car. Like, y'all, I couldn't stop smiling. Like, I really was like really proud of myself. Like, that was a big accomplishment for me, just because I saved the money, and my mom did help me, but it's still a big accomplishment. So that's what I say. Like I said, just don't rush it. The time will come when the time is coming. I promise you it will. Also, I will say, I was 16 with a car, but now I'm 17 without a car. So it doesn't matter how old you are when you're getting a car. You can be 18 and purchasing your first car. Like, it does not matter how old you are. A car is a car, and it does not define you as a person. Like, it doesn't define you. Of course, you can get place to place on your own, whatever. You don't have to rely on nobody, but don't rush it. When your time is here, it will be there, and you will know when your time is here. Like, literally, you will know. Like, when I knew, me and my mom both knew that it was time for me to get a car, you know. Over the summer last year, I was using my brother's car, so we would like switch off. I would go to work, he would go to work, I would go to work, he would work. But my brother went to college, so that wasn't, you know, that wasn't on the table anymore. So it was better for me to have a car, because I was working a lot. It just made sense. But now, I mean, I don't have a car, I still get to work. It's no big deal. It's like, fine. It's no big deal at all. But just work hard for it, but don't overwork yourself. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. It does not happen overnight. Money does not grow on trees. It does not happen overnight. Whatever you want, you have to work for it. No matter what it is, you're going to have to work for it. Nothing is handed to anybody unless it's a PPP loan, but that ain't even handed to nobody either, because you gotta pay that back, and people don't know that. Anyways, it's called a loan. Come on, y'all. Anyways, that's not the video, but yeah, those are my tips and tricks for how I saved for my first car at 16 years old. I am now using these tricks to save for another car at 17 years old. So I'm just saying, you can apply these tricks. You can't, I mean, do whatever you want, take it how you want it, whatever, do what you do. But that's how I did it. I got a lot of questions on it, so I just want to go ahead and make the video so I don't have to keep answering questions. So yeah, that's it. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful in some way. If not, I'm sorry, but that's just how I did it. I just wanted to share my tips and tricks with you guys, because you guys have been asking. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. My Instagram will be on the screen if you want to follow me, and as always, stay you, stay beautiful, and stay positive. Bye.